We have now entered the off-season, so all eyes are on NHL 19. In this video, we're going to be looking at 5 centers who earned a better rating. There are more than 5, however. Look at Barkov up there in ghost form. Let me know who you guys think should be added to this list. For our first entry, we're going to be looking at the cover boy. Just of this video, not of NHL 18 or 19.
Forward in his 4th season, number 71. William Karlsson!
Pitching this one to Karlsson. Gains the zone. Breakaway chance! Score! Karlsson!
As you may or may not know, Karlsson was taken through Vegas's expansion draft from the Columbus Blue Jackets. There, he only logged 12 to 15 minutes time on the ice per game. But now, in a top 6 role, he thrived on the ice for an average of 19 minutes per game. In the game, he's an 83 overall, and while one season doesn't necessarily define a career, unless you're Jonathan Cheechoo playing under Joe Thornton, I'd say it should warrant a higher overall. Here are just some of his stats. In 183 games, he accumulated just 50 points, which is in 3 seasons. This past season, however, he got 78 points in 82 games. He tripled his production and got almost as much goals as he got points in those 3 seasons. Now let's take a look at what you may have missed from Karlsson in this past season.
Drops it for Pavelski, and now Burns had it tipped away. William Karlsson looking for his second short-handed goal in as many nights. His shot, score! What a goal! Through his own legs!
Great play, anticipation. He goes in all alone on Jones. Watch the finish. Is your goal of the year, William Karlsson, number 42.
From here, we're going to jump into the second player on our list.
Capitals,
Kuznetsov, a newly minted winner of the Stanley Cup, was always looked at as a number 2 center, behind Backstrom, but over the past 2 seasons, he and Backstrom cycled through the top 2 lines. He was able to handle it well, having a different type of play style and livening up the lines. Taking a look at some of Kuznetsov's stats over his career, he put up a respectable 182 points in 261 games, which is almost a .7 points per game ratio. This past season, he put up 83 points in 79 games, making him a point per game player. With this new career high, he was being on average 50% more productive. His 86 overall card could use a slight upgrade to bring him onto the same level as Backstrom. With that said, let's take a look at a highlight of him in the 2017-2018 season.
Dmitry Orlov on the go, then Kuznetsov fakes. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, great pass, Niskanen, score!
Follows him and then finding Matt Niskanen, and he just puts it right over that shoulder.
From here, we're going to move on to another Capital in Jay Beagle.
One of the most popular dogs in America, the Beagle is one of the most beloved hounds.
Everybody loves Beagles, and boy, that dog's got a big voice.
Charming and upbeat, they're pretty much everything you want in a dog. And they adore their owners and make new friends with a turn of the head.
And it's going to be for a different reason. Now, we probably don't want to keep stacking these Capitals because they already have a great team and everyone likes to use Washington in versus. But Beagle is one of those players that's deserving of an upgrade, not just for his spectacular playoff performance and just overall being a solid 4th liner, but because he's one of the best in the league at face-offs. He's not just some schmuck that took one face-off, won it, and has 100% face-off percentage, but rather he took about 1,000 face-offs and is on the same level as players like Giroux and Bergeron. He was a 77 overall in NHL 18 with an 85 face-off rating, but I think he needs an upgrade. I also couldn't find many clips of him, so just enjoy this fight involving him. Don't care if he's on the wrong side of it. You can lower his fighting stats if you want. In the end, however, Washington have themselves 3 solid centers. Now the 4th player on our list, Minnesota Wild.
Number 12, center, Eric Staal!
Stahl has had a storied career, being drafted 2nd overall and playing in the NHL for 15 seasons. And that story is interesting to tell by his stats. In just his 2nd season, he lit up the league for 100 points. That's triple digits if you don't know arithmetic. That's the year Carolina ended up winning the cup, thanks to players like Stahl, Justin Williams, Brind'Amour, Ray Whitney, Matt Cullen. But then his production wasn't the same, stalling out in the 2014-2015 season. He was traded to the Rangers as a trade deadline move. And that extra game, bringing him up to 83, didn't really help, as he only achieved 39 points that season. Some wondered if Stahl just didn't have it in him, but he has made a resurgence as a part of the Minnesota Wild. It seems the Rangers just weren't a good fit for him. And well, no one wanted to be a part of those Hurricanes anymore anyway. Point is, another 40-goal season, which he hadn't done in about 10 years. His 85 overall card needs to be shown a little bit more respect. Now take a look at this sweet dish by him, which eventually led to him getting the puck back and putting it into the back of the net.
Couturier's had an almost perfect
season.
Number 14, forward Sean Couturier.
Finally, the last person on this list.
Walks in, poured in, Murray can't get it, he scores! Sean Couturier! And look at the hands from Sean Couturier. Backhand? No, not so much. I'm going to bring it to my forehand.
Quite the highlight there. Couturier was drafted 8th overall in 2011. He hadn't really come to form until this past year. Until then, he had 191 points in 416 games. Not that great, but that's way better than I could ever do. Over the past year, he got 76 points in 79 games, almost a point per game player, doubling his production total. Finally, say all the Flyers fans out there. Right now, he's sitting at an 85 overall, but he could easily be bumped up a point or two, putting him on the same level as a Voracek or a Giroux. Not the same Giroux of this past season, because that Giroux was just an animal with 102 points. Anyways, which centers do you guys think deserve a better rating for NHL 19? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'll take note of that and be back with more content that covers other positions for NHL 19.